And then it's not only a new heaven and a new earth, it's going to be a new Jerusalem. And the scripture says in Revelation 21, I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon to shine in it, for the glory of God did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light. And it says that it was coming down from heaven. John writing said, he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God. I cannot even imagine what it's going to be like. Do you know it's going to happen? You know, this kind of blows your mind. You can't really kind of take it all in, but one of these days there's going to be a wonderful city of God that is going to descend. I don't know. Some scholars believe it's going to station itself over what is now Israel. I don't know where it's going to be, but I intend to be there. That's what I'm aiming for. I'm on a trip today. I'm taking my journey today, but I'm headed for a city whose builder and maker is God, and it will never, ever pass away, and the glory of it is unbelievable because of how wonderful it is. It's the capital city. You know, we're all pilgrims. I've told you that. Abraham spent his life looking for a city. Why should I mind spending my life looking for it? He found it, and I'm going to find it too, believe me. He that overcometh, I will make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God and the name of the city of God, which is the new Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name. John called it the city of God. It's being built now, but it's going to be relocated. Because the scripture tells me, and I take the scripture at face value, it's going to descend somewhere from out of the heavens. What a glorious spectacle that's going to be when the new Jerusalem starts descending, and somebody's going to witness it, folks. I intend to be in the crowd that's waiting to watch that thing as it comes down out of God. Now let's talk a little bit about that new Jerusalem. You know, I have a little great-granddaughter. I call her my great-granddaughter, Caitlin. She just got married, and last night she was telling me they're moving into their new house. And I'm getting married too, again. Don't lose your breath. This bridegroom even exceeds the one I had before. I'm going to marry Jesus Christ. I'm going to be his bride. And right now, he is preparing a house for me, and I'm going to live there forever and forever. It's not a fairy tale. It's real, and it's going to happen because we are headed for heaven someday. Let's talk about that city. It's a 1,500-mile cube. That means it's 1,500 miles wide, 1,500 miles long, 1,500 miles high. And according to the average floor of a skyscraper that we know is 12 feet high, a mathematician figured this all out. I certainly didn't. He says there could be as many as over 600 stories in that one city. It's bigger than you think. If you're thinking about Alexandria or Shreveport or Lafayette, about a city, that's not even a pebble in the backyard of that wonderful city. It's the new Jerusalem that is built by God. The average the tallest building in the world today is in Dubai, and it's only 2,717 feet high, which is very high. It is 104 stories. This city is 1,500 miles high. If you want a little idea of how big that is, you can go from California to the Appalachian Mountains for 1,500 miles. You can go from Canada down to Mexico for about another 1,500 miles. And then if you stack it up 1,500 miles high above that, my friend, are the dimensions of the New Jerusalem. Now, when I heard this preached when I was a kid, I wondered how in the world he could build a heaven big enough to get us all in. But I think he's got that solved. Because, as I told you, a mathematician figured out a whole lot of this. Not me. But the scripture says that they gave these measurements. The angel measured it, but it said it was measured according to the measure of a man. So it means that what the measurements are given us are measurements that we can understand. And that 1,500-mile cube is going to be the most glorious thing you have ever imagined. We're going to talk about it. First of all, it's got walls. The walls are of jasper. Beautiful, beautiful stone of jasper. You know how big those walls are? They are 72 yards wide, according to what the Bible tells us about the walls. That's 3/4 the length of a football field. We think too little. God's got some big things in mind for those that serve him. Oh, it's going to be worth it all. When we see Jesus, it's going to be worth it all. It's not just a figurative thing. It is actual. It is real. Is it hard to believe that we could have this and that the things of God are going to be that real? Not if you have the idea that God is bigger than anything a man could ever imagine. We don't even know how to talk or think about those kind of things. And then it has 12 foundations. And they're all of precious stone. Can you imagine how gorgeous that will be? I remember my husband saying very often, if the apostles' names are in those foundational stones and they can hold up the New Jerusalem, then their doctrine is strong enough to help me make it through. I thank God for the apostles' doctrine, and their names are in the foundations of that wonderful city. You can't even begin to imagine how beautiful it is. One mathematician that I read after in studying some of these things about heaven said it should be able to accommodate 20 billion residents. Did y'all hear that? When I was a kid, I used to worry about how if heaven was going to be big enough. It's going to be big enough. This mathematician said it could accommodate 20 billion residents if each has 75 acres. Heaven's big. The New Jerusalem itself is big. And that's not all there is to it. There's a new heaven and a new earth. Quit thinking so little. Your God is big. And the story of creation and looking around at what, if you can't imagine all that, just look at creation, how God did it. He didn't even struggle with it. He just spoke it all into existence. So he's big enough to do all of this too. It's amazing to me. But Revelation chapter 21 says he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God, having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, but clear as crystal. And it had a wall great and high, and it had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. On the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. And he that talked with me had a golden reed, and he measured the city, and the gates thereof, and the wall thereof. And the city lieth 4 square, and the length is as large as the breadth. And he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. And he measured the wall there 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, of the angel. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The finest foundation, first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, the fourth an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl,